course, we have to have Rob Font here. Rob Font, also 38 years old, an unk in the division. Recently, 2-fight winning streak on back-to-back up-and-coming guys in Kyler Phillips and Gene Matsumoto. You know, he's a good unk to have here. He's definitely starting to show that he's been in way too many 5-rounders and, you know, not as many paychecks. And, you know, he's not washed at this point. He's just getting dry age. You know, that win streak is showing this dude ain't washed. He's a little bit seasoned. He's a little bit dry aged at this point. But let's get down to the third and final honorable mention. I have to go with the scariest unk in the division of Davison Figueiredo. 37 years old. You know, he hasn't been looking the best recently. He's coming off back-to-back losses to, I guess, some of the best ones in this division, and Peter Yan and Corey Sandhagen. Prior to that, he was on a 3-fight win streak, but they weren't any crazy wins. You know, we had Rob Font, former unk, Cody Garbrandt, former unk, Marlon Vera, current punching bag. And you know, with Davison Figueiredo, he is the scariest unk in the division, and he low-key always shows up like he's a supervillain. And you know, he could arguably go into the best unk in the division, but I gotta throw some respect. Yes, he's lost back-to-back to 2 of the unks that we have in the honorable mention, but I gotta show my boy Cody No Love, one of the younger unks that we have here, some respect. Former champion, and is he the best all around? No. You know, he's one of these dudes who peaked at high school and he starts to bring it up during the barbecue, the family night barbecue. It's the same thing in the octagon. He peaked that one night and that was it. He's fighting like he's in 2016. His chin left the chat a long ass time ago. And yeah, he lost to both of the unks that we have here in Figueiredo and in Ronnie Barcelos. And honestly would probably get knocked out by the punching bag himself, Marlon Vera. But gotta throw some respect on the boy Cody. And yeah, let's keep moving down though. Featherweight division. Again, we got some unks in this division. I think this might be the oldest sets of unks that we have here. First honorable mention, 39 years old. I got Edson Barboza. Edson Barboza, one of the original unks in the UFC, the dude who just refuses to stop kicking these trees with those crazy kicks. And you know, low-key one of these weird unks, you know, every fight he throws 20 leg kicks just to prove he can still feel some pain. And recently, has he been doing the best? No, some canceled fights here and there. He lost to Lerone Murphy. It is what it is. Some people thought he won that, some people thought he lost that one. He deserves to be in this honorable mention spot. Another honorable mention, I got another heavy hitting unk in the division, 40 years old, Josh Emmett. Josh Emmett, you know, one of these, you know, typical meathead type of unks. You know, the dude would knock you out cold and then yell at you for not taking enough protein and creatine. He's been a win-win, lose-win type of fighter. Biggest highlight was his knockout over Bryce Mitchell, but